AION Classic is not the same AION as I used to play back in 2009, 2010. The leveling up process is faster, smoother, more relaxed. The classes are much more balanced and the skill usage is much more flowy than it used to be before. The Kina is more abundant and so are the item drops, which makes eventually players happy, rewarded on a daily basis. PvP is a little bit more respectful and thought through as opposed to the herder style that was back in the days, just simply to cause grief. AION Classic is a better version than the good old AION. AION Classic is a 2020 updated same thing as it was before, only with nice, pleasant 2020 ideas. Today, my first impressions, and I have to say, they're absolutely off the roof nice. I started the game with a heavy heart because I was thinking about this moment right now when I would record this video, talk to you guys, and I was convinced from the get-go that I would get to this point and say my revenge on NCSoft for all of the bad things that they've done so far. I wanted to not like AION Classic. I wanted to feel like it's boring and it's dull and it's lame and it's a revived corpse from 2010 brought back to 2020 so they can make some money out of it. I still don't know what's the reason for them doing this. Maybe they do want to make some money. But I can tell you for sure that AION Classic is definitely not a corpse. If you can forget about the fact that the last patch in this game is 2.7 and after that there is no news and there is probably nothing ever happening afterwards unless they develop 3.0 for subscription model in mind and later patches as well. So unless they do that, which they could do if the game would be very successful in Korea, we're gonna get to that in a moment, you have to forget the fact that you're playing a game that has a roof. You know where it ends. And if you can forget that, you're gonna have a lovely time in this game because it is... I remembered why the game was so good when it was good. I remembered why I loved this game so much when I did love it. Because it had so many different nice things that were present in the game, and it made you part of the game and the community, and everything inside it made sense, and it just made you an AION player, the game as it was and as it is now with Classic. I absolutely loved every single second of playing AION Classic. I didn't play for very long because, as you guys well know, I do have 2 jobs and a family, and it just launched on a Wednesday, so I didn't really get to play for maybe more than 2 days up until this video, but these 2 days were absolutely fabulous. From grinding elites to doing quests to getting the titles, everything felt that it has a purpose. Everything that you did in the game was worthwhile. All the little green pieces of gear that you got were nice and you were happy about it. The green HP 55 mana stones, when you looted one of those, I felt joy and I was just like smiling because I know that's like a valuable thing, right? I stupidly enough, I only got to level like 26, but I leveled up my Aether tapping, right? I don't know, 250 or something. Can I just say that the highlight of AION Classic for me was when Aether procced from white to green or from green to blue. Oh my god, that proc sound and the fact that you know you're gonna get something valuable after that and you're running out of fly time, and god damn, this was like that proc sound was the highlight of AION Classic to me, because that made me remember that it was worth at that time. Another thing that I was impressed with was the game's popularity in Korea. It's actually quite hype there, judging by the number of servers and the number of people that are playing it. As you level up in Irshalgen and Algard, there's like 10 channels all full with people, and then later on in Morheim and the Abyss, where the there is no channels, of course, because of PvP. The whole map is basically filled with people. There are 2 servers. There were 2 servers at the beginning, and now there's 3, and all of these 3 servers are full. And judging by assumptions on AION server capacity, I would say that there's at least 20,000 people playing AION Classic. 20,000 at logged in, because all 3 servers are full, and on top of them being full, there's also a 3,000 people queue on each of these servers. So very popular in Korea, and if you can imagine, compared to the 500 people that play AION live version now, 20,000 compared to 500 is quite a big difference. Now, leaving all of these lovely thoughts that I had aside, because they came from actually playing the game, enjoying the content, the classes, the combat, the things you need to do, the caps and the loot, etc., just the game itself, I wanna end the video on mentioning a couple of things that I was not impressed with, and a few things that created some negative first impressions as well. And that's happened when I started clicking buttons. For example, this Deva Pass, which is something extra on top of the subscription, that you can either do the free track of it and get some rewards, very few, or you can pay some real money and get the elite version of this Deva Pass, from which you get a lot more rewards, a lot better rewards, and not only that, very important, some of them are also tradable. You can sell the stuff that you get on the broker, and I'm referring in particular to the enchantment stone boxes, which you can just put on the broker, make Kina. With Kina you can do a lot of things in AION. From the beginning, day 1 up until the end, patch 7.7, Kina is extremely important, and the fact that you can pay real money and get these rewards and then sell them for Kina, for me, is treading on very, very, very thin ice. This is a disappointing part regarding AION Classic. And on top of that, there is also a button that you can press here, and if you pay a lot of real money, then you can get all of the rewards from that season. A season is 1 month. You can get them all at once in the same day by just pressing the button and depositing real money for them. This you would expect to bother me a lot. Oh my god, real money, 90 euros, and you get all of the 30 days rewards, including the tradable ones, etc., all the cool stuff. This doesn't bother me that much, because with a lot less real money and just playing the game normally, you could just activate the elite track and do these tasks manually and get the same rewards as that guy gets in the first day. You're gonna get them in day 15 or day 20, right? So this doesn't bother me, the fact that you can purchase them all at once. But what bothers me is the fact that they've added so many more rewards for the paid version, and also tradable rewards. In conclusion, AION Classic in the last few days has teleported me back to a place very dear, my beginning days in MMORPGs, and I want to thank NCSoft for giving me this opportunity in 2020, right at the end, to go a little bit back in time. However, I don't want to get very invested in the game because of the history that I've had as a player, and the history that many other players, thousands, have had with NCSoft in the past 6 to 7 years. They've taken 2 very bad decisions followed by 1 good decision, and AION was always going backwards. Because of this history, I am unable to trust that NCSoft, seeing how they've started now, without even seeing the subscription yet, is it tradable like a gold pack or not, that would be for me the end of AION Classic, if it would be tradable. But just saying, I'm unable to be very happy. I'm unable to commit to say that, hey, I cannot wait for AION Classic in the West. And because of this, I would like to just take a back seat in terms of AION Classic and look from the side. I'm gonna keep an eye on the Korean version of AION Classic, see what's gonna happen with their rewards here. These were my very first impressions. In my future videos, next week, the week after, I would like to take you on a more in-depth tour in this Deva Pass, my thoughts on the subscription, my actual review of the game with everything inside it, talking about my experiences and how I think this is going to go. But that's gonna come a little bit later. I just want a little bit more time. I want this initial boom to settle. And yeah, I cannot wait to see you guys again. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you lots of love. Take care. Stay safe.